Have you ever had this feeling that you're going out, for instance, picking mushrooms or berries and so on, and you just know where they are, and you just get there and you just, wow, it's a lot, and you don't really understand how you got there? In this video, I will share with you the 4 points I have discovered that must be present for me to be the most successful in finding mushrooms. So if you want to enhance and improve your skills, then please listen to the end to get all the 4 points. And if you like what you hear, please also subscribe to this channel. I was walking with my dog in the forest. I have a dog, I have to bring him with me even when I'm harvesting mushrooms. So in the first part, I wasn't really present because I had my busy mind with me. So it took some time for me to become aware of what I was seeing and so on. So the first point that I have discovered is my quality of awareness and presence with the environment. From all the years I've been out in the forest and picking mushrooms and berries, I have used my eyes, I've used my ears, I've used my smell. So by looking several times of, oh, here does it grow something, here doesn't it grow something, what all the other things are here? Oh, it's those trees, those branches, I was to say, it's that kind of topography, it's that moisture. All of this information has over time gathered inside of me and helps me to be quicker in finding mushrooms. And in the end of this video, I will share with you some of my practices that I can do to become present more quickly. And this day I didn't do this. So it took me around half an hour, 40 minutes before I could really observe. So just to say this, of course, to be successful in finding mushrooms, you must also know what mushrooms are edible and so on. So that is a very important point that I'm not covering here in this video at all. This is on a general basis when you know your mushrooms. Point number 2, it is your body awareness. What I have discovered is that sometimes there is this sense inside of me that tells me I really want to go this way. And I don't know why. There is nothing I can remember that I've seen. And that is, as far as I have understood, it is my unconsciousness that I have gathered a lot of information that just tells me through this gut feeling that go this way. And it's so important for me to be calm enough to listen to it. And if I am too stressed in my mind and too worried and so on, then it's difficult to listen to it. And I experienced so many times, like this time, the other day when I was walking with my dog, he is not searching for mushrooms, to put it that way, and he is a dog sledge dog, so he is actually pulling me a little bit. So I need to be not to follow him. I need even more awareness to my own senses to find those mushrooms. So I remember at this specific moment that he was walking this way, probably smelling some roe deer, or maybe he was curious about some mice. And then I just got this feeling, and suddenly I just turned a little slightly to right with my I remember with my head, and I just felt I'm a little curious. I'm a little curious about this direction. And that is how my gut feeling tells me there is something to look for. And when I turned, we had walked for maybe 10 minutes and hadn't found anything. But when I followed this, it was 2 or 3 or 4 meters. And then I found a lot of my favorite mushrooms, the one I was looking for. So be present and follow your gut feeling, and it might come to you in a little different way. So get to know the language of your gut feeling. That's point number 2. And there is another aspect there of this gut feeling, and that is that the gut feeling, as far as I understand, it picks up more of the living matrix there. For me, all the species and life in the forest and nature has a consciousness. That's the way I see nature as also as a nature conservationist. Actually, I've understood I need to add that aspect to the biology of the ecosystem. So the way I feel it is that life itself wants to support life, and there is life everywhere. So I walk with this, how to say, gratitude, and also knowing that the living environment, the forest where I'm walking, the life there wants to help me to find those mushrooms, to feed me. And it's those vibrations, or I don't know what to call it. It's that awareness or language they send out that I can also pick up with my gut feeling. And together with my hard senses, like my eyes, my knowing of the moss species and tree species and what mushrooms that grow where, all those together is my kind of expanded awareness. And for this to work in a very good way, there is the asking. That's the third point that I found out that is important for me to be successful when I find mushrooms and other things, but now with the example of mushrooms, since it's mushroom seasons here. I've just been out finding a lot of mushrooms. And asking, what does that do? How does that help you to become successful in finding mushrooms? It is several aspects. And one is that I know that I will focus my mind. I tell myself that I will now be looking for mushrooms. So I inform my senses that there is a lot of other things that I don't want to look for right now. I'm not looking for a place to find water. I'm not looking for a nice place to sit and have lunch yet. It will be a part of the trip, but not for the finding mushrooms part. So in that way, I will kind of tune my senses to look for what I'm looking for. It's also a way of leaving the day I have had so far behind. And the other aspect of asking is that I send out a wish to the living system that I know will help me with what it can help me with, and informing them to give me signals in their language and help me to lead me to what I'm looking for. This is a reciprocity that I will come back to with a last point that's important for this reciprocity. So the gut feeling here is also very, very important, because I cannot really, as far as I have experienced, I cannot see with my eyes where then the mushroom is, where the forest tells me go this way and go that way. That's a communication on another level, and the gut feeling will be the most important sense in that regard, as far as my experience goes. And and then it's the fourth one, which is very important for the asking to work. And it might come a little surprising for some, It is the thanksgiving. The thanksgiving is giving back. And the most important with the thanksgiving is the feeling, the sense of feeling grateful for what you have been given. And what it does, it tells life around you that you are grateful, that this is something you would like more of. So it helps the ecosystem, in fact, to provide more of what you're grateful for, because life wants life to flourish. And another aspect of this Thanksgiving that will help your health, might help your health, it's a little hard to say, but my experience is when I give thanks, when I feel I'm grateful, when I feel life is abundant, it does something to my nervous system. It calms down my stress, because it's not possible to be afraid or stressed or worried for me at the same time as being satisfied, as being to trust that life gives me what I need, to be grateful and feel abundant. So it also will help you to regulate your senses and your system. And this Thanksgiving, it's also used in the native people in the land where I live, the Sami people. It's a way of giving back to spirit, to land, to nature, to fulfill this circle of life. And some people give something back physically, but if you choose to give something, then make sure to give something physically, make sure that it is something that's completely natural and decomposable in a very short time. I like to give my joy, to really radiate my sense of feeling, maybe to talk. Sometimes I have a song, it can also be a poem, to give, something to offer back. And now I've come back to the first part, how to become present with your senses. Here the other day, I forgot all about I forgot all about that, and that can happen. I had this dog and so much to think about, and you know, that's just life. And one thing is that I like to touch nature, and by doing that I can go barefoot for a little while and make sure that I just feel the ground. I feel the different textures. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it can be warm. It forces me to become present. If you don't like to walk barefoot, you can also do it with socks. So you have a little kind of safety if you like it that way. But you can still feel the moisture and the textures and variations of the ground. Another way that I do, that I actually find a nice, soft place where there is soft mosses, and I just bend down and I put my head gently down in the moss, so after a little while, because the moss is soft and wet, so I start to feel the coolness. It's like it's cooling my brain down. And if I stand like this for a minute, maybe two, pretty much very often, pretty much always, I will become more present. If you're afraid of insects, you can have with you a thin cloth of some kind and just put it there in between you and the ground. And there are also many other sensory awareness exercises that I can do. And sometimes I just stop. And if you like, you can do it with me and feel how it affects you and see if that works for you, wherever you are right now. And just take a breath, deep breath. And I look inside and I go through and feel, okay, is there somewhere in my body that I feel something more? Okay, I feel something in my left shoulder. Okay, I feel I'm sitting, so I feel the ground. And I feel a little tingling in my head. There is something in my right hip. And then I look around me and see what I'm seeing. What's the first thing I notice? Right now, the first thing I notice is some yellow leaves in the oak tree. And then I notice the bark of the oak. And then I go back to my breath and notice my breath. And then I go back to the environment and find something I know what is and can name. I see a branch, dead branch. I see an aspen leaf. And then you can continue doing this for a minute or two, or best until you feel calm and aware. And then it's the beginning of the walking for finding mushrooms, or whatever else you're looking for. Thank you for being with me. If you like this and want more, then please subscribe to my channel. I wish you a really great day and a really good harvesting season.